Alright, so I know I've been posting a lot of Explorer build videos lately, but I figured I'd take a second here and kind of show you guys what's going on with this winch that I picked up. I do want to pick up another Wrangler after the Explorer is done. Yeah, I really like the Wrangler a lot. It's just a fun vehicle, and I miss actually having the 4x4 vehicle. The Explorer's only a 4x2, and it's kind of a prettier vehicle. Yeah, I don't really plan to off-road it or anything like that. Yeah, so I'm kind of looking at getting another Wrangler. Then I don't know, maybe the next year or so after the Explorer is done. But yeah, in the meantime, I've been trying to piece together a perfect winch here. Let me start with this. This is what I got pieced together. Basically, I was able to find an REP 6000 winch, local. It was in pretty good shape. The only thing that I didn't like about it, it was one of the earlier versions. Here's the original gear housing from it. So you can see it has the older style label. But another thing too is, if you look right here, the casting for where these tie bars bolt to, it's really thin on this early version. So actually, when I went to put the tie bars on there was a lot of wiggle room, a lot of gap. So rather than putting washers or something like that, I was trying to look for an alternative. Yeah, another thing too, that something to note with this with these early REP 6000 winches is this little paddle here for the clutch has changed. You can see it's completely flat, whereas this one they put a little reinforcement there. One thing to note. Another thing too is it's kind of hard to see, but this area here where where it bolts into the plate, this design has changed. Looks like this is room for a smaller bolt. Don't quote me on the sizes or anything like that, but you can see this one. It's kind of hard to see. That one there. It's like a much larger cavity. Like these feet are a little exaggerated. You can see here how this foot kind of juts out a little bit, whereas this one's flat. So obviously, this is probably one of the first models before they revised the casting for this housing here. So a couple things to note. If you get one of these older style winches, yeah, the original tie bars were not these chrome ones that are bent like that. It was just a straight across pipe, basically just with a little bit of thread on the end of it. So yeah, so that wasn't totally accurate, but what I was able to do is I was able to find it was an REP 5000. I think it was actually sold as a QM 5000. This was like the trailer mount version, basically the same thing as an REP 5000, which is right here. So that's the REP 5000, which is just a shorter version. There's the 6000, which is accurate, and then the 8. So these two are exact same size in width, same drum, same everything, but the 8 got a bigger motor. So basically, the difference between the 5 and the 6 is the 6, the motor is a little bit longer in the 6, and the 5 is has a little bit shorter motor and a little bit and a shorter drum and tie rods and everything. So basically, yeah, what I was able to do is I got this 5000, and I was able to take the shared parts, which if you go to Ramsey's website, all these are available, these little exploded views. So basically I went through here and I looked just to verify my suspicions that they were the same, which they were, as far as the the gears and all that goes. Basically the only thing that was different was the stuff that was longer for the drum, which is these tie bars, which you can order these brand new. What else was it? The brake right here, this brake assembly, which is you see it sticking up there from the 5000. This is the drum from the 5000. So this, obviously I needed a longer one of these, which just was about $76 I think on Summit for the new brake. It's pictured right there, and also the drum. So basically I was able to find everything I needed brand new. Because they still make the 8000 and this 5000, you know, a lot of these parts are still made. The only thing that I could not find new was the motor for the 6000. This is a little bit longer motor. One thing I did find that was close, which if you just cared about what it looked like, it wouldn't be a big deal, was I found the part number for the 24 volt version of the 5000, which actually had an inch longer motor, just like the 6000. Basically, the motor housing was exactly the same, except that it was 24 volts, which wouldn't work for you unless you run an extra battery or something like that to power it. But if you just wanted looks like it and you wanted to spend the money on it, you could do that. But yeah, basically I was able to find everything new. Which was nice because actually I picked up this the 5000 first. I had this. It was a good deal. You know, and I kind of wanted to investigate you know, salvaging parts from it. So I actually had this 5000 sitting around for a while, and I looked into getting the drum. Sears had it listed for like something really cheap, like $30 or something like that. I went to go buy it and they said no, it's not available. So I looked on Ramsey's website and they want like $300 for it. So yeah, you could buy it new if you were to get one of these 5000s. You could get everything new with the exception of the 12 volt motor. You'd have to get the 24 if you want to look right. You can get everything new, but then the drum's going to run you $300, which, you know, why not just find another winch? So this came up for sale locally, the 6000. So basically I took the 5 and the 6. I took the newer, you know, updated parts of the 5 and basically put it on the drum of the 6. But yeah, that's it. It came with this solenoid box, which has the chrome style cover. The 5000 came with this plastic one, which if you notice in the movie, I think the 18 Jeep has this this chrome cover, which from what I can tell, at least how it's portrayed in the movie, the 18 Jeep is the only one with this chrome cover. So kind of unique. It must have been like an older winch that they had in stock. But all the other Jeeps, from what I can tell, I haven't really verified too much on the number 10 Jeeps. But yeah, the 12 Jeep, you know, which is Nedry's Jeep, has this this plastic one. So yeah, I'm probably gonna run that one. But yeah, that's pretty much it. These are not hard to take apart. Once you take these tie bars off, basically the whole thing can be pulled apart. It's really only held together with these tie bars, and then whatever plate you mount it to is really the only thing that holds it together. To do all this swap with this, with, you know, swapping the brake. Oh, that's another thing too. Okay, so this brake here on this this older style, this first generation 6, has a smaller size shaft for the brake. Like I said, it must have been just an early version, and then they improved upon it. So yeah, that's why I had to actually order a new one. So just be aware of that. But like I said, at least you can still order that new. But yeah, yeah, I'm not going to do like a full tear apart video or anything like that. It's pretty self-explanatory when you have these exploded views. But yeah, like I didn't have to get in here to any of the planetary gears or anything like that. Everything just kind of pulled apart, and you can just leave this be because there's a lot of grease in there. It's real messy, and yeah, I won't want to mess with that. The only time I'd mess in there is if your seal is bad and it's leaking grease, making a mess. Which all the seals, all that stuff, you can all order new. I was able to find the part number recently here for for this plastic box. There's a part number that includes the solenoids. So if you want everything, it's like 160 bucks. I think just the plastic case is around $6, which does not include, you know, the cover, solenoids, wires, anything like that. Yeah, these connectors can be found on the eBay and Summit for, I don't know, I forget how much they were. Probably less than 20 bucks, I think, if I remember right. But yeah, hope that was informative. Yeah, I'll try to get a list of part numbers. Most part numbers are listed on these exploded views from Ramsey's website. The only ones that weren't listed were this plastic piece. Like I said, they list the whole unit, which includes the solenoids. So if you don't need solenoids, you just need the plastic piece. I can post that part number. I believe Jonathan and Daniel were able to find part numbers for this clutch one. Also the you know, the direction arrow here, which the style has changed. You know, the current ones that they make don't have the same lettering, and the arrow is a little bit different. But this one actually has a brand new, this winch here, this REP. Actually, it was a QM 5000 that I got. Was never used. It was still in the box. And yeah, like this right here, this plastic. There's still the plastic on the peel it off there. Still has the plastic on the decal there. So that's pretty much it. I basically I took the 5000, bolted the 6000 motor to it, which is right here. So I need to sand that. I was able to salvage the sticker right here. It's a foil sticker. Yeah, I actually removed all the adhesive off of it. I used the heat gun to remove it. Once I had it removed, I took some alcohol, let it soak on there, took a credit card and scraped all the adhesive off. I'm gonna reapply some spray adhesive and put it on the new one. Well, not the new one, but the repainted motor here. But yeah, like I said, everything is the same. You know, with the 6, the 5, and the 8. Oops, sorry, my phone just stopped me because it was recording for more than 10 minutes or something like that. But yeah, everything is pretty much the same. Like I said, look at the part numbers. You know, compare the part numbers if you have any doubts. But yeah, just be aware. This is the motor that was in the 5000, the motor housing. You can see there it's exactly an inch shorter. These little end caps that have the bushings are exactly the same. So same bushings. So if you manage to find one of these 6s and it has bad bushings, you know, you can still order the bushings for it. You just won't be able to get, from what I can tell. I mean, I could be wrong, but where'd it go? This is the actual motor unit. This is out of the 5, so this goes in this one. But from what I can tell, this is the only part that you can't get, in theory. Like I said, you could get the 12-volt version. I'm pretty sure. I think if I looked at the part number, I think you could still get it. But yeah, you're gonna spend a lot of money, and it's gonna be 12-volt. But it will be the right size. It would look okay, but you wouldn't be able to use it. But yeah, the bushings are the same on both. This is a brand new one. This is from the 5. So these bushings get worn out, and that's what causes your motor to stop working a lot of times. Unless, of course, it burns up in here, and you know, you get actual contact in there from burns. You know, the coils touch each other because they got too hot or something like that. But most of the time, just replacing the bushings will fix it. I think that's pretty much it. I'm almost done with this. Like I said, I'm just gonna repaint this. I'm gonna take this back off, get it to where it's like this one. Sand that, paint that, put the sticker back on it. I'm gonna order a new cable. This is the cable that came with the 6000 drum. It's really, really dirty. I don't think this winch was ever used. The 6000, that is. it looks like it literally just maybe sat on the front of someone's Jeep. Like maybe it was just like a decoration, because I've kind of messed it up now a little bit. But when I got it, the winds were perfect. Like you can see underneath there, they're still perfect. But these, I mean, for how old this winch is, like I would think the cable would be all nasty and kinked, and but when I got it, it was perfectly wound, which is really hard to do. Yeah, I mean, as you may know, for the first time you use this thing, the winch isn't gonna, it's not gonna wind up exactly like it came out. But yeah, that's pretty much it. New cable, new put the sticker back on it. This one, obviously, this is for this details sticker. It's from the QM 5000. So yeah, I'm gonna have to replace that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, when I get all that on there, it'll be a pretty nice winch. I hope it was informative.